Welcome to Mrs. Law's class. In this video, I'm going to show you the equation of the circle. Now before we do that, I'm going to define a new word, and the word is locus. So locus is a set of all points that satisfy a property. So for example, the circle is a locus or a set of all points in a plane which are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. So let's take a look at this circle here. So we have the circle here. It's centered at 0, 0. And we can say that the radius, r, is always going to be the same distance from the center. So no matter where I choose or what point I pick on the circle, the locus of all these points are always going to be the same distance r from the center. Now, if I draw a vertical line from this point on the circle vertically down, I'm going to call this distance on the bottom x, and this vertical distance y. So I can actually relate x, y, and r based on a right triangle. So using Pythagoras' theorem, we get x squared plus y squared equals r squared, which is actually the equation of the circle. But this is the equation of the circle with the center at 0, 0. So let's say that we move the circle to a different location. So let's say we move it over here. The center, we're going to call this point HK. So center is H. Okay. However, the radius, let's still call that R. Now, if we think about transformations from previous chapters, we can see that the circle has moved H over and translated K down. So we can say that we have X minus H all squared plus Y minus K all squared equals to R squared. So the H and K stands for the translation horizontally and vertically compared to where it was before at the center of 0, 0. XY on the circle represents all the points on the circle. So no matter what point you choose, it will always be XY and it will satisfy this equation. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of how to draw the circle given the equation. So in this first one here, we have x squared plus y squared equals 36. So there is no value added or subtracted to x and y. So we can say that the center is 0, 0. And the radius, now if you look back, it says that the equation is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And r is the radius. So since my equation says 36, the radius is actually the square root of 36, which equals 6. So when we graph this, we're going to start with our center at 0, 0, and then we're going to count 6 spaces in every direction. Now it's hard to count diagonally, so we're only going to use our horizontal left and right direction, and vertically or up and down direction from the center. And then draw the circle to the best of your ability. All right, not bad. In the next one here, we can see that we have a translation. So it's going to be 2 to the right, and because it's y plus 3, it's going to be 3 to the left. So we can say that our center is going to be 2 and negative 3. And then again, our radius is the square root of 25, which equals 5. So we're going to plot our center first at 2, negative 3. And then we're going to count a distance of 5 from the center in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, 5 to the right, 5 up, and then 5 down. And then we're going to connect our 4 points to create the best circle that we can. And there we go. And that's how you graph a circle. All right, the next thing I want to show you is how to write the equation of a circle. So in order to write the equation, we need to have the center point and the radius of the circle. Now, often the radius will not be given, so you need to find this by using the distance formula or the equation of the circle. So the equation of the circle is x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equal to r squared. So you can see that if I actually square root both sides and I isolate r, you actually get the distance formula. All right, so we're going to label the 4 to be h and the negative 6 to be k to help us. And then the negative 8 is going to be x and our 1 will be y. So now we're going to just take these points and we're going to plug it into our equation. So we have r squared is equal to negative 8 minus 4 all squared plus 1 minus negative 6 all squared. So the two minuses, let's change it to plus. So r squared we now have equal to 144 plus 49. And so r squared equals 193. So we actually don't need to square root the 193 to find r, because the equation on the circle states that we want it to equal r squared. That's what standard form is. So our standard form will be x minus 4 all squared plus y plus 6 all squared equals 193. And that's how you write the equation of a circle, given the center and a point.